Good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd of October. Yesterday, I had to go for another blood test. That's 2 blood tests within a week. And I've got to say, I wasn't quite as apprehensive as I was last week, because last week was a decent experience, if you can talk about a decent experience, when you've had a blood test, a needle put into your veins. But I arrived there yesterday, didn't feel any nervousness at all, even when I was sat in the chair waiting to go through. As last week, I didn't have too long to wait. My number was called pretty quickly, and I went in to see the phlebotomist, and of course I explained to her straight away the issues that I have and that I was undergoing CBT. She wasn't quite as good as the lady last week, and I mean that as in her personal skills probably weren't as good as the lady, Lindsay, and I know that she's called, that I had last week. She was absolutely brilliant. But she was reassuring, and she did sit me in the chair and followed my rules, which is don't tell me what you're doing. And she did use distraction techniques, talking about the jumper that I was wearing, was it was a nice colour, where did I get it from, etc. This time though, I felt it. I actually felt the needle go in. The difference this time though was, in the past, as soon as I feel it, I'm like, right, you need to stop, get that needle out, this is not progressing any further. But I was able to take some deep breaths and use counting techniques when I was breathing to allow her to continue to take the blood samples that were needed. So in that respect, again, really proud of what I did. That is a massive, massive improvement. For a good 30 minutes, maybe even an hour later, I could definitely feel some discomfort in my arm though this time, which I didn't feel last time. And when I took the little bit of cotton wool, the dressing thing that they put on your arm, last night when I went in the bath, I actually have got a bruise there. So that is clearly to me showing that actually it wasn't as... the phlebotomist this week probably wasn't as skilled as Lindsay, the phlebotomist that I had last week. Anyway, it's done. Another blood test. I also went for an x-ray, so I'm just waiting for the results of that. They're looking to see if I've got a torn meniscus. Now, I know they won't find that on an x-ray, but as with most things with the NHS, there's a process that has to be gone through. So waiting results of the blood tests, and yeah, that's me done for a while with bloods. Well, fingers crossed that's me done for a while. As always, thank you for listening.